Yippee! The bakery! That's where I work!
I'm looking at him. Thank you. I'm redeeming the mental health check. Hold on.
Discombobulate.
I fucking hate all of you. I hate all of you. You were fucking waiting for that too. Let's run the slots, pet. I still need to implement that redeem where you type in someone's name and they're forced to pet Lewd like 5 times. I still need to do that. I know how to do it, but I haven't gotten around to it quite yet. One of y'all is gonna get timed at it, and I'm gonna laugh so hard. For your captions, I'm dead. Thank you for the reminder. Though I'll be honest, it's probably not gonna be very coherent. I'm actually curious exactly how coherent is it? Isn't that bad actually? Like, it's understanding me like very well. Okay, for some reason it's all said I said 9. So it's not perfect, but it does the job. Who died? Who died? Who died? I needed to know. Who did it? It was cringing again! It was cringing again! Oh, that's funny. That's funny. It always seems to be cringe these days. He'll be back. He'll be fine. You see, I'm on the app around and stuff. Okay, I'm kind of waiting for Discombobulate to end, like right now. Like right now, Lil Rye just loves him. I guess he tastes good. Congratulations, Cringe. You taste delicious. But howdy, everybody. I have good news. My finals are done. I have no school. I have no fucking school for the next couple months. I'm gonna have so much fucking time now. Holy shit. You know, maybe I could start doing art streams again now. Now that I think about it. Maybe. That's possible. I see that yippee in Steam like always, Melly. Cringe got clapped. He got chomped. He got clapped between... Thank you for the head pat, Stocks. He got clapped between Lil Rye's jaws and he ceased existence for the next minute. I'm back. Welcome back. How is the digestive tract? Did you reach the large intestine? He digests stuff fast some days. I have to keep feeding him. That's why his appetite is never satiated. It's warm. Oh my god. But yeah. No, my classes are finished. Thank fucking god. I don't know how well I did on both my exams, but I don't really care. Art streams? Yeah, art streams. Art streams might come back. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. Probably not this week just because I haven't scheduled it. Maybe next week. I'm gonna see. What I also might do next week is like, okay, so like chat, like for those who haven't been, for those of you that don't have Helldivers or don't play with me regularly, crazy fucking shit's happening in Helldivers. And next Tuesday, there's going to be a really big event. I'll be off Tuesday. I might do a stream on Tuesday next week. I need to see if I can secure some people for Helldivers. I do need a bigger gun. I need a bigger gun because the fucking Illuminator coming. The Illuminator gonna fucking hit Super Earth. Super Earth is actually getting invaded. I'm super fucking excited, dude. I can supply the Yowie. You do that without me asking, Bo. Attempting to persuade me to reinstall. I mean, you can either, like, not come and defend one of the few times Super Earth that's gonna be invaded, or you can. That'll be up to you, Chief. For me, though, that's what my Tuesday is going to be. The entire Tuesday from start to finish. Maybe some of it will be on stream, maybe some of it won't. But I would like to, since that's such a big thing, I would like to do something on Tuesday. Just as a little one-off. Just as a little fun time. But there's other shit I think I wanted to talk about, maybe, sort of. I have not played much of Helldivers. Is that they added weapon customization recently. So, like, there's a lot, like, they keep adding shit. So, like, there's good reason to get back into it right now. There's really good reason. We're having a lot of fun. Chat, the Knight gun, like the gun called the Knight, I can actually make it good now. I can make that thing not have recoil that makes it shoot up to the fucking heavens with the weapon customization. Put a fucking vertical foregrip and a fucking, what was it called? I forget what the muzzle is called. A muzzle that also reduces that. Oh my god, it's been so nice having that thing accurate, because I like that gun. I really do. Like, I think, hold on, let me pull up a picture. Let me pull up a picture of the Knight. Compensator, thank you. Thank you for reminding me what a compensator is. But hold on. Knight Helldivers. I really like the look of the Knight. It's one of my favorite guns in terms of looks and kind of like functionality too. Okay, copy image address. Just want to gush. I don't have full gun autism. I'm not like Solid Snake. Actually, I don't think it was Solid Snake in that game. I think it was I think it was Naked Snake? I don't know my Metal Gear lore. Do not expect me to know Metal Gear lore. I will fail miserably. But no, not an image. Browser source. There we go. And shove this in here. There we go. This is the Knight. I love this thing. So it comes with the Super Citizen Edition, which is essentially the deluxe edition of Helldivers. And this gun, for a long time, was not good. It was not very good. It has the highest fire rate out of every primary weapon. And it's a submachine gun, so it's one-handed. So you can, like, pick something up and still use this. So it's versatile, but because it has the highest fucking fire rate in the game, that shit starts firing up to the heavens if you keep that thing off burst fire. But because of the weapon customization, you can mitigate that so much now, and this thing is actually usable. It's not, like, overpowered, it's not broken. In fact, all the weapon customization has done is really just made like underpowered weapons like more in line with the actually powerful ones, because the powerful ones really don't have a lot of weapon customization right now. But like it's actually like usable. The Reprimand is usable. The Liberator Carbine is usable. And you can give that one a drum mag. You can't give this one a drum mag, unfortunately. This does have a bigger mag size though. You can have a bigger mag size for the Knight. And I'm trying to unlock that. Honestly, honest to God, after stream today, I might just boot Helldivers up again and just try to grind levels on this shit. Basically a P90. Big Boss before he was Big Boss. Yeah, that Snake. I'm pretty sure. Gun nut at the ready. Looks over where's Big Boss? I didn't know you were a big Metal Gear head, Docs. Is the top of it the magazine? Yes, the top of it is the magazine. This shit has a really satisfying, like, reload animation and, like, sound design. Reloading this thing is so satisfying, and it's relatively quick. The main issue is it burns through its mags in, like, so fucking short of a time, which is why I'm really looking forward to getting the bigger mag for it. Just the issue is, when it comes to bigger mags, you don't get more actual bullets. Like, it reduces, like, your mag count to make up for, like, the bigger mag you have. But, like, the fact that I won't have to reload this thing as often and I'll actually have plenty of bullets, like, ready is very, very nice and very, very good. Especially on the Illuminate. This thing is actually pretty good against the Illuminate. Like, it can shred through an Overseer in, like, a mag. Which is really good, because Overseers have a lot of fucking health. I'm being mean to you. Hi, P.O. How you been? How you been playing Team Fortress 2 instead of Helldivers? No meansy spider. For a brief second, I thought P.O. was Cringe, because Cringe is also has a yellow name. So I had to double check. But no, keep being mean to Docs. I don't know what you're being mean about, but it's funny. Hold on. Hair in my mouth. Okay, there we go. TF2 is fun. TF2 is fun if you aren't me. I've never played TF2. I had inklings. I'm gonna delete the night, even though. Oh wait. Before I delete the night, I just want to say, I love the wood finish. I love the wood finish on this thing. That's probably my favorite part of the fucking gun. It sucks, because they also added skins for the guns as well. But all the skins for the night overwrite that wood finish. Only the default has the wood finish. So I'm keeping the default skin, because I like the wood. He should be playing Forsaken with me. And he should be playing Helldivers with me. We're all suffering. Just getting pissed off as a trollger. I wouldn't know too much about that. I know the bare minimum when it comes to Team Fortress 2. I don't know any specifics, though. Especially anything gameplay. Don't ask me about gameplay. Everyone just has my colors. I've changed 3 times already. Cover loving so-and-sos. Listen, man. It ain't. I mean, I used to have yellow, too. I have turbo now, so I kind of have that... I have the green that's, like, on my model right now. I have that as my color. Like, it's the exact same color. But it kind of looks like baby barf green, but that's okay because it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny for it to be baby barf green. Alrighty, Tiny. Howdy. I'll take care of the redeem. If I don't, I might be even dumber in Ace Attorney than I am usually today. Glad you can make it, though. I bought a Propel drink mix for my water. The berry flavor. Because, I think I made mention of this. The fridge in my house has, I don't know why I never, like, noticed it or really thought about it. But the fridge in my house actually has, like, a little, water, like, thing to it where you can, like, put a cup under and pour yourself some nice cold water that is clean. But I've been making liberal use of that lately with cups I've gotten to my friends from Waifu Wares. Color check. He's teal now. He's a dark teal. He's a cobalt. I think that's cobalt. Don't quote me. Show the gay boy. I mean, you're already on stream, P.O. You and Docs. Hattie is diving right now? Yeah, I know. Maybe we'll raid him afterwards. We'll see. We'll see what happens. He's definitely gonna be somebody that he's definitely gonna be someone I consider, he's definitely gonna be someone I at least ask about Tuesday. Because me and Hattie haven't streamed in a while, and I'd love to play more Helldivers with him again. Maybe with Grimguard too. I'll have to ask him as well. I was looking at a lot of colors because Excel World. I think Cobalt. Okay, so I'm right. Yay. Oh yeah, another thing. I don't know what I did, but I was checking on if my invite for my server was working. It changed the color of my Discord to like a darker. It's not like full dark. It's not like black. but it changed it from like the ash color to like a darker color. And to be honest, like I kind of vibe with it. Like the dark mode, like the darkest mode on Discord is too dark for me. But like this one is like a nice balance of just like appeal. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I accidentally called it cobalt yesterday to myself instead of carbon. I wanted to say carbon. Like the skin from Amazing Mirror. Yeah, so Rise didn't know his colors yesterday. And Rise is also running out of stuff to talk about. Carbon is a skin in Overwatch. Carbon was like my favorite skin in Amazing Mirror. In Amazing Mirror, Carbon was my favorite skin for Kirby. It was one of my favorites, at least. I liked that. I liked Snow. What else did I like? What else did I like? Hold on. Amazing Mirror skins. I keep saying I'm running out of stuff to talk about, and then I find something else to talk about. I don't know. I ain't going for a record or anything. Okay, apparently Amazing Mirror skins didn't immediately default to Kirby. Kind of stupid. Does it not show all of the skins? Is there no, like, easy image for this shit? Okay, there's no easy image for this shit. Well, Carbon was one of my favorites. I do have an image of, oh wait, no, I found one. Kinda. Sorta. Maybe? Kinda? Not really? I'm not sure. Wait, okay, I found it. The Kirby palettes. Okay, alright, this is, oh my god, this is a lot, this is a really long list. Apparently not all of these are, apparently some of these are just, stuff from, like, other things. Oh, they have one, oh, that's cool. Alright, hold on, I actually want to pull this up, give me a sec. I want to, we're doing another thing. We're doing another thing where I waste time on stream. Next game. I mean, if I could find people to play Amazing Mirror with me post 3.0, I definitely would do that. Me and Kana wanted to play Amazing Mirror at some point, but then we learned that the delay was like actually kind of bad on like the Switch Online thing. So we opted not to. Okay. Oh. It's JPEG as shit. But, yeah, Snow was one of my favorite. Snow and Carbon were, like, my top two, personally. And I was kind of fond of Cherry as well. Those were my favorites. Cherry, Carbon, and Snow. I like Snow a lot. I just like Snow themes in general. I saw Sui was drawing too. If you weren't supposed to know, then, you didn't see that. Wait, what? Wait, what? Sui's drawing me? Well, now I'll have to look later. If I wasn't supposed to know, I wasn't told. Grape. For a second, I thought you meant my friend Grape was in here. For a second, I thought she was in here, and I was gonna have to call her out. Grape is good too. Also, hi, Crones. Grape's a good one. Emerald's nice. But yeah. And then we have a bunch of other shit down here. That are just alternate palettes. I guess someone on Spriter's Resource just made all these. Can I gush about Kirby Dreamland 3's? Can I gush about Kirby Dreamland 3's, how that game looks for a second? I fucking love Dreamland 3, dude. Dreamland 3 is, like, honest to God, like, one of my top 5 Kirbys. Or the bare minimum used to be. Maybe it's just gotten shifted as new games came out. But I love Dreamland 3. It's hard as balls. But I love Dreamland 3 a lot. Cherry was a favorite of mine. Yeah, it was good too. Is Emerald blue or green? Emerald was green. Then we got Superstar, Meta Knight, Advanced Meta Knight. We got Waldy, la. Then we got Classic Kirby right there. Plus some bullish colors by Dr. Schnaps. So that's who made him. There we go. I was gonna grab the credit either way, but I'm glad it's just on the image. Superstar Pink looks nice, actually. Kirby had a really vibrant color palette in in Superstar. Even though I think Superstar is a little overrated. That's one of my hot takes. But I have gone on about my opinions on Superstar on multiple occasions. I have gone on about Superstar on multiple occasions. But yeah. Snow and Carbon are the GOATs. That's all I really have to say. La 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 la. There was 3 laws! Get your Kirby lore right! Emerald with bronze colors makes it look like copper from Minecraft. Yeah, I can see it. Damn, now I want a copper. Make a copper one where it's like the actual like copper color for the main body and then like green for the feet. That would look really fucking good, actually. A copper Kirby. I would be fully down for that. I would say that I would be... This would lead into speculation on Kirby Air Rider's color customization. If my interest in buying the Switch 2 wasn't dwindling day by day by day by day. Genuinely, everyone in my friend group doesn't want to Switch 2 anymore. It's funny how much opinions are sinking. And yet, it's still sold out on pre-orders. Honestly, my friend group's just kind of dead set on all getting Steam Decks at this point. Kirby would never be a copper. Emerald, oh wait, I already read that. Yeah, I got it first. What, you mean the Switch too? Well, congrats on getting your pre-order, CC. I'm not judging people for, like, getting the Switch 2. I understand. Just so much of what Nintendo is, like, doing in regards to, like, Switch 2 stuff. Like, it's genuinely getting to a point where it's just like, okay, this is just fucking stupid. Like, saw it was, like, controversial, but understandable. Especially when I saw some more, like, concrete numbers and shit. But then you bring in stuff like being able to brick your console if you tamper with things, not just like being booted off the online services. No, bricking your console remotely. And then the fact that most of the library is actually going to be those game key cards. Instead of it just being like some games, it's apparently going to be most fucking games. And, like, it's literally just getting to a point where it's just like, so I don't technically own my console because you can brick it at any time. I own my games because they're all that keycard bullshit. What am I fucking buying? What am I buying at this point? This has gone far beyond pricing at this point. I need to redacted Nintendo. Same. No, a deck. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I definitely... Steam Deck will definitely be on my radar as I get more money. The main thing I'm saving up for right now, though, is a new mic. I want to buy the MV7. I want to buy the Shure MV7. And probably sell the Sennheiser. Because, like, the Sennheiser, like, has not been what I was hoping it would be. Genuinely, I've just gotten to a point where it's just like, dude, the Razer with fucking voice meter when it was working was genuinely better than this. It was better than this. The Sennheiser's just kind of been a pain in my ass. And I just want something a little better, so I'm saving up for a Shure MV7. I'll probably sell the Sennheiser to somebody who wants it like half the price I bought it for, so it's not a total loss, but yeah. It was stupid from the get-go that, yeah, some parts of it definitely were. In regards to the pricing, it was interesting to learn that adjusted for inflation, all games since the Wii were $80. That was kind of eye-opening to me on some levels. I had some discussions with some people about that too. And then we just get to like all of like the recent issues and that just like all of that on top of like the $80 price tag. Even with those numbers in mind, mind you. Me being like, okay, it makes a bit more sense now. It was just like, yeah, no, you're gonna have to win me back at this point. You are gonna have to win me back. I think about the Steam Deck is there seems to be a lack of keyboard even when you need one to show up, like for naming your character. That's annoying. And that's kind of a massive oversight. Not having a keyboard for a PC, like for a portable PC console. That's very odd. I only tested that on New Vegas, so there's other games, but that was a little meh. I mean, I'll be honest, I'll probably just use it most of the play. What games would I actually play on my, like, without the possibility of emulators, because I would never emulate or pirate games in my life. What games would I be playing on my Steam Deck besides Helldivers? I've only got Melly's image, my messages open at the moment. Hold on. I need to look. I need to actually look at my fucking Steam real quick. Let's see. I could play Skyrim on the go. Is it possible to mod Skyrim on the Steam Deck? Does it have enough memory for that? I don't know. What else? What else? I could play the original Helldivers. I bought the original Helldivers. I haven't picked it up at all yet, though. Could do some Casey's Mod Inscription runs. Do you all see a reason why I've kind of been a console gamer still for most of my life? I don't play a lot on PC. I really don't. Oh, No Man's Sky. I could play that. That's a game that I would definitely sink a lot of time into. I haven't picked up No Man's Sky quite yet, just because I haven't had time for it, but that could definitely be something I play, like, on the go. No, not tabletop. Soul Calibur. That's a possibility. Maybe. Potentially Rain World. Maybe. Nubby's Number Factory. I could play that on the Steam Deck. Yeah. My actual PC list is, like, limited, all things considered, but that's okay. Skull, have a nice stuff. I don't have Skull on PC, though. I have it on my Switch. Skull I own on my Switch. But to be honest, I wouldn't be opposed to restarting. It's been such a long time, like, I might as well just restart Skull. I'm not opposed to that. Deltarune. That is true. Deltarune. But Deltarune would be like a one-and-done thing, you know? I'm looking for more, like, substantial games that I would play, like, more than once. My first meal of the day, yummy. What you eatin'? What you eatin', docs? Platformers like Celeste. I mean, according to Doc, Celeste will make me suffer. I could play Hyper Light Drifter, though. You can, but it's a little more complicated because it's running on Linux. Oh yeah, Monster Hunter was another option. Docs, what do you mean first meal of the day? Bro, dude, don't look at Docs with horror. The only things I have eaten today are a bag of Skinny Pop, a box of Catalina Crunch Oreos, and some Boo Foods white chocolate macadamia protein bars. I haven't had an actual meal today. I was gonna make myself spaghetti as my meal for the day, but then I was like, I'd rather play Helldivers than cook right now. So yeah, make of that what you will. I didn't want to get up from drawing. See, you relate. They relate to me. They didn't want to cook over doing the thing they wanted to do. You can play Starfetchers for free, but Nubby's Number Generator, though. Nubby's Number Generator. Number Factory. I'm stupid. Okay, so we're sitting at nearly 40 minutes of yapping. I think that's a new record, folks. I think we have a new record. I should have realized something was wrong when we sat in VC for at least 6 hours. But yeah, I think we've hit a new yapping record for me. Congratulations, everybody. Historic moment. You were here. You were here. You didn't hear the grumblies. I don't think Docs hears much of anything when they're drawing. Let's make it an hour. No, we need to get... if I'm gonna get to a point where expect to yap for an hour, then I'll starting these streams out as just chatting streams. Like a real professional streamer. We'll hit that point eventually. Maybe. I don't know. I seem to have... I don't seem to have the widest net of appeal, all things considered. Ugh. But already. I think it's actually time. We'll have 20 minutes of Ace Attorney before we go to the next ad break. But let's go ahead and get right into it. I thought they were the grumbles of drawing my funny little white man. They might have. You might have been hungry for him or his pizza, or both. Probably both. It'd be so funny if you're eating pizza right now, Docs. All right, we're back. The big building. Hey, you aren't supposed to know who I'm talking about. Docs, I think it would be impossible for how public you make all the knowledge. I would have to be blatantly ignorant. I think Docs can eat pizza after Sweet Court incident. Oh my god. I forgot about that. Maybe it was for the best I did. I'm Chris Hansen. I'd like a slice of that pizza. Da 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 da. Would you maybe calm down a little? Calm down? No way, Jose. Not until y'all come clean. It's for your own good, dang it. Our intrepid reporters refuse to give up. He in the face of repeated stonewalling from the crew. I watched the VOD. You guys attacked Tracker so brutally. They deserved it. And Docs will agree with me. Look, you ladies need to stop harassing these people or I'll have to ask you to. You cops sure are got a lot of nerve. Y'all are the ones who let Torosaurus run around. Hoping to hide the fact that they bred this menace themselves. The staff cling desperately to their story. Ugh. Hey you, no touching that. Look, we're really not breeding anything. This is a movie set. That's an image. That is an image. Since the gal who told me she done seen Gordy with her own dang eyes. Sure, I saw something, but that doesn't mean we're keeping monsters here. Alright, break it up. Isn't she supposed to be detained? Oh! Goddamn, I already forgot her voice. Hey you, no touching that. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. And Sean. Y'all are on the trail of this here monster infestation too, huh? No, we're on the trail of a criminal. Lang Z says, the darkness of a criminal's heart can sometimes be compared to a monster. That is to say, a killer is no different from a monster, really. Oh no, they're here. Guys, I got you your money yesterday. I paid you back in full. You can't take more from me. How else am I gonna buy the MV7 if I can't fix the voice you are all complaining about? Agent Lang, this is highly irregular, sir. You can't allow members of the public onto the crime scene. I want you. Wonderful response there, Lang. You also sounded a lot like me there. These people are important witnesses. I need them to be here. I was thinking of reading up on Chinese philosopher Han Fezi. He might be misunderstood. I don't know anything about him. How do you intend to begin? Let's start by summing up the facts. Like in my favorite game, Nubby's Number Factory. President Wang's body was discovered here this morning. He hadn't been seen since the night before There it is again! Yes, he slipped off without his bodyguards noticing, if I remember correctly. So he was missing for over a day. The last person to see him alive was you, Judge Gabble, on the roof of the big building. Such riveting dialogue. And also, I still have it in the same location. Okay, it's still the right amount of periods. We still have our measuring stick, chat. Why did the two of you arrange to meet?
I'm sorry, but I can't say.
Not even to defend yourself from an accusation of murder.
Why? Why can't you just tell us? Please, Judge Gabble, we're trying to help you. Ha! She can't say because she'll only incriminate herself more. I know you had something to do with the president's murder, and I'm going to prove it.
You said yourself that the body was only found this morning. And you explained the time that's passed between Judge Gabble's meeting with the president and then.
That's exactly what I'm hoping we're about to find out. I'm particularly interested in what happened last night. So why don't you tell us exactly how it all went down? Sean Fenn? E? We know you were here on the set last night. You were Sean? That's your name? We have testimony from the woman over there, and forensic evidence for the footprints that proves it.
Hey, you. No touching that. You came back to run your lines, right?
What, you were spying on me?
I'm sorry. I was just making sure you were okay. It was late. I was worried about you.
How many times do I have to tell you I don't need you to worry about me? Sean, that's no way to talk to an adult. She was trying to look out for you. Apologize this instant. Sorry. I've told you before, I won't have you speaking to people that way. Wow, this is a whole new Judge Gabble.
Seems she's just as strict with her son as she is with those who break the law.
Are you listening to me? If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. You must.
And then it was nighttime. She is yapping. What? MILF alert, brother, you have no idea. You have no idea. You're gonna have to compete with Docs for that one.
And I want you to remember that, alright?
Can we get on with the investigation now?
Oh, of course. Forgive me.
I don't think I've ever seen her so passionate about anything. As Judge Gabble, the mother will take a little getting used to. Are we to understand that you're accusing Sean of being involved somehow, Agent Lang?
I just want the truth. I need to know why the president was killed. And by who. And I don't care what it takes. I'm going to find out.
Guess it makes sense for him to be so determined. The president was practically family to him. All right, Sean, perhaps you could tell us what happened last night?
Fine by me. I've got nothing to hide.
Bro is about to get his ass beat by his mom.
I had a bad day yesterday. Messed up a couple of takes. We were scheduled to shoot the same scene again today. So I thought I'd put in some extra practice, and that's what I did. It's that simple. Not like I haven't done it before. It was fine. Nothing happened. You've been rehearsing late at night again? When I called you yesterday evening, Sean said you were at the hotel.
You called it? Around what time?
Must have been 11 p.m. or thereabouts. One of our rules, when Sean stays away from home, we have to speak every night. Yeah, well, I wasn't at the hotel. I was here on set. So you lied to me?
Why is he holding that milk like it's his lifeline? Probably his coping mechanism.
Sorry. Oh, now she's mad. I think it's kind of amazing how hard he wants to work on his acting, though.
Nonetheless, a parent can't help but worry. The child alone late at night, anything could happen to him. And indeed it did. He got himself entangled in this case.
But he said nothing happened, right?
He did, though I can't help but wonder if he was telling the truth. And here we go. Filming permit. Global Studios. Filming dates XXXX. XXXX. Insurance number 231450684003. Permit type 40. Set site XX square feet.
So what happens if you look? Can you look up people's insurance numbers?
Is that a thing you can do? Or does it have to matter what company it is for that to actually matter? Ugh.
We were scheduled to shoot the same scene again today.
I don't know. Well, find it interesting. That was what they meant to... That was what they censored instead of the insurance number. Alright, depends on the insurance type. Ooh. We're learning. Of course, docs knows information on the effectiveness of doxing certain people with certain information. Okay. Report from Warren Lagarde. Person on... Did we have footage? I thought we had footage of something. I swear we had footage of, like, him, like, being around, right? I'm not crazy on that front. Wait. Sean's rehearsal tape.
Objection!
There it is. Hey, I only did that once. What do you mean once? Nothing happened. I'm sorry, but you're lying. This proves it beyond a doubt.
Wait, that's... How did you...
That's right. Your rehearsal tape.
Yeah. What? You have video footage from last night. Where did that music come from? Oh shit, detective, bad.
Bad, look, I appreciate you coming to help, but I really didn't need help on that part. I was just looking for the right piece of evidence. I knew what it was, buddy. I appreciate it. I value you. I love you. I'd kiss you, but I don't think it was that needed. We do, and if you watch it, you'll see that it was no ordinary evening.
There's a footprint there already.
There is, and I'm not sure that's an everyday sight, even on a film set. Sean, why would you keep this from me?
No reason.
He's about to get grounded.
Liar, that stuff might work on your mommy, kid, but it's not going to work on me. Now, why did you hide the tape? Sean, you have to tell us.
You.
Look, I just didn't want anybody to see me rehearsing, okay? I don't like it.
Is that the right amount of periods? Yes. Fellas, I don't think we're going to be getting an alternative amount of periods again. I think that was just a one-time fluke. Nobody's fucking buying it. So you were embarrassed, is that it?
Yeah, what's so weird about that?
Don't give up hope.
That's why you didn't hand over vital evidence.
Sean, how could you?
Gah! Oh, give me a break. You know about it now, don't you? Sure, the footprint was there, but I just ran my lines and went home. That was it. What about knowing about the giant monster footprint struck you as weird? It's a giant monster footprint. On the set of a giant monster movie. It's not like there isn't all kinds of other weird stuff here. I don't buy it for a second, Chief. There's something hinky about this kid. Sure as I'm standing right here.
Hi, Alana. She never leaves. She never leaves. She always returns. Her and old bag.
Dang Skippy there is. He's on a scoop under them there horns, or my name ain't Lotta Hart. Shut up, both of you. I'm done talking.
No, you're not.
What?
The footprint isn't the only strange thing about last night. But other unusual occurrence happened yesterday evening.
He was fucking kidnapped?
That's what happened? He was kidnapped? Hello? I think Old Bag is dead by now. So in Investigations 1, she shows up in the final case, and this game literally starts like days after the final case. I doubt she's dead already. By now I meant in spirit. I think her spirit's been dead since we first saw her, Cece. Fucking hell. What other unusual thing happened? The Taurosaurus head? Model of Taurosaurus. Oh my god, that jump scared me. The model. That was Old Bag's told. The model of Taurosaurus's head fell from the roof of that trailer last night. Did you expect us to believe that you knew nothing about that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Is that so?
I told you, I ran my lines, I went home, that was it. What do I know about some stupid falling head? Or are you saying you can prove I know something?
Sadly not. It's entirely possible that the head fell after Sean left.
No proof, huh? Then this conversation is over.
Something tells me he doesn't want to talk about last night anymore than is absolutely necessary. What is he hiding?
Hold it right there.
What is it, Agent Lang?
So it's just as I thought. Thanks, Mr. Prosecutor. This footage of yours backs up my theory nicely.
What? There was something else on that tape.
Yep, look closely. See the costume up in the top left?
Oh yeah, the Taurosaurus suit.
There's something different. Do you see it?
I'm not sure. He's just kinda hanging out, looking a little saggy. Oh, and the zipper on his back is done up tight. The zipper? Huh? That's...
Yeah, I guess you all see it now, right? On the tape, the zipper is wide open. Why? Because somebody's inside the suit, that's why.
What? Mr. Powers, that zipper, what can you tell us about it? Hey, it happens with age. What, zippers? Or the sagginess? I think I lost the program again. Well, we always close it up tight when the suit isn't in use.
That's right, Mr. Prosecutor. Do you remember something else I said not so long ago? Let me refresh your memory. What if your friend Gavel pushed the president off of the big building the night before? Stop!
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but where?
There's all kinds of stuff down here. Costumes, equipment, you could hide it anywhere. Then come back a day later, last night in other words, and take it out again.
You're saying the body could have been hidden in the Taurosaurus suit?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Isn't that right? They pushed the president off of the roof, just like I said. Then you hid his body inside that costume.
I most certainly did not.
Protest all you like, I'm not going to believe you. You're the only person who could have done this.
I thought we already proved that it would have been impossible. The movie set was locked at that time. There's no way Judge Gavel would have been able to get in here.
What if she had an accomplice?
What?
I've got a little theory for you. I think you're going to like it. What if Sean was waiting down here when Gavel pushed the president off the roof? If the two of them were working together, the problem of the lock goes away. Then they work to hide the body together too, by dragging it over the Taurosaurus suit and stuffing it inside.
I think the murder was really that carefully planned.
It was the assassination of a world leader. It could only have been carefully planned.
Freddy 5 Bear? What would... Teddy Taurosaurus or something? I don't know. I can't think of anything. Golden Taurosaurus? When? Oh my god. The vengeful president in the suit. This is simply a prelude to Five Nights at Freddy's in reality. It's just like when the bite happened. Which one? I know exactly what I did. Hee hee. Hee hee.
suggest that Sean... I'm going to skin you, Ollie! Tuesday at Torosaurus. There we go. That's a good one. Like cringe getting bit. True. True. That did happen. It could happen again. To suggest that Sean could have been involved in this is it's unthinkable. You're my prime suspect. What makes you think I'm going to listen to a word you say? Tempting fate. Not deserved. Yeah, know what? That one was deserved.
But what about motive? What reason would either of them have to kill President Wang?
Why so hostile, Docs, bitch? Who knows, but we'll find out soon enough. She was the last one to meet with him. She said she won't tell us why. Also, aren't ads supposed to be starting soon? Why is Twitch not alerting me? Oh, there's still a minute. That's why. Blah, 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 blah. She was the last one to meet with him. She won't tell us why. Pretty darn suspicious, even you have to agree with that.
Judge Campbell, I don't suppose I can convince you to share any more details.
My apologies, but that is one thing I cannot do. However, rest assured, should that ever change, you will be the first to know. So please, you... have to believe me? Yeah, murderers have a habit of saying that. What about you, kid? Any weak excuses to offer? If so, now's the time to get them off your chest. Ha! I've got nothing to say to you. I'm innocent. Both as tight-lipped as each other, huh? Let me guess, you're still going to try and stick up for them?
It's true. Judge Gavel's actions certainly make her seem suspicious. Nothing she has told us amounts to a motive for murder, or even the suggestion of one.
No, and like I said, I'm leaving motive aside for now. At the moment, I'm focusing on means and opportunity. And for my money, those two mom and child love each other and kill people together. Cross-examination.
And also, it's time for an ad break. Are you missing the T in bite? Looks over slowly. Alright, while Docs kills everyone here, including me, it's gotta be a good opportunity for everyone to get some water, get some snacks, use the bathroom, do whatever y'all need to do. And as soon as we come back, it'll be time for telling Lang he's wrong, and we'll see how easy it is for me to tell him he's wrong, because I genuinely forgot everything he said in regards to his testimony earlier. I'm very good at this game. But, with all that being said, good audio meme is delayed. Bye for now!
garden is everyone's!
Howdy, howdy, howdy. Howdy, howdy, everyone. Howdy, 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 howdy. Oh my god. Bro, I'm noticing just how much my fucking mood has improved now that school is over. Finally, a tear of exhaustion has been lifted from my person. I can actually fucking have fun existing again. It's great. But really, howdy, howdy, everyone. Hope y'all had a good break and hope you got done what you needed to get done. Oh, has it? Who has it? I don't know. Let's go. Let's figure out what was wrong with this testimony. I forgot everything that he said. What if Sean was waiting down here when Gavel pushed the president off of the roof? If the two of them were working together, problem when the lock goes away. They then work to hide the body together too, by dragging it over to the torso suit and stuffing it inside. What about this? Photo taken yesterday, no monster footprints were, and no body were visible at that point. But this was last night, is the issue. Like, we're talking about last night. How can we prove that they weren't together last night? That case info report on night. Night's possessions. Pocket chest and ring found in the safe in the auction room. Red raincoat, that's not really relevant yet. Neither of these are. Ha! Now you see him, now you don't, now you see him, now you don't, now you see him, now you don't. I can make him flash in and out of existence. Instant transmission. I'm having too much fun with this. He's just standing there. He's just blinking there menacingly. Oh my god. That is too much fun. Okay, roof of Big Million, no ever footage of President ever rolling down. This heart was on the 51st floor the night before last. Just shade. Just say the day... Just say the night before yesterday or something. Sean after images. Wrong Sean. His existence is not set in stone. His existence is not guaranteed in this world. He wasn't actually kidnapped. He was just absent from reality for a bit. That's why he was missing. The kidnapping never happened. He just blinked out of existence and he stayed like that for a while. There's a concrete. Flex of something yellow stuck to his clothes. Forged letter. Big building. The kidnapping was a psyop. Exactly. Outside gate chain was cut sometime last night. Security camera footage. Wait. The night... Okay, so the night before last. So not last night. Right? Yeah, it wasn't last night. It was the night after. Well, no, okay, so, like, they're saying he died the night before last. And this photo was taken the day after that. And then there was that night. And then the present shows up the morning after that. But wait, Sean's filmed yesterday evening. And worked to hide the body together. Two of them were working together, the problem, the luck goes away. But it says that this happened like last night. What about the security footage? There's no footage of the president riding down the elevator to leave. 4-4. I'm just gonna go with this for right now. Okay, so I was wrong. Okay. Schrodinger Sean. See, I was trying to make that joke. We cannot tell if Sean is rehearsing or not. Unless you're... I don't know. I don't know why my humor suddenly just took a nosedive during that break. It's oxygen deprivation from all the fucking voice acting I'm doing. I don't know. Things he doubts, blah, blah, blah. Statement without proof. I don't care. Does this all at all overlap with Sean being kidnapped? Yeah, that's the thing. Can't bluster your way past him. I mean, we've done it before, but it's no longer funny. Boo this streamer. No! I'll get it back eventually. I'm just stuck between... I'm stuck in two brain modes right now. I'm stuck between case-solving brain mode and being funny brain mode. The two cannot coexist in one space. Just like Sean cannot coexist in one space depending on if the Torosaurus suit is zipped up or not. Depending on if a crime is being committed or not. That's my brain. My brain is Sean. This is the state of my brain. This is what I'm thinking, and this is when humor is around. Maybe. Let's crack him open like a lobster tail. Even before I was vegan, I was never big on lobster. I preferred crabs so much more. I thought lobster was just kind of not that good. I never got the appeal. I could never do imitation crab, though. It just wasn't as good. And I just don't eat it at all. Okay, but yeah. We have to prove that the body could not have been inside the costume. Right? And work to hide the body together. If the two of them were working together, the problem of the lock goes away. But then that doesn't explain why one of the things was like cut open. A side gate's chain was cut sometime last night. Maybe I'm barking up the wrong tree again. I've done that before. Let's go with this. Objection! Nope. Unfortunate. Okay, let's see here. Maybe I just need to press a little more. Let me do some pressing first. See if that gives my brain any ideas. Seriously suggesting that a child could have been an accomplice in this murder. Look at him, he's still in elementary school. There's no way a kid that young would be involved in something like this.
Hey you, no touching that. I think I mentioned that he's in junior high, right?
Lang Z says, pity no wolf, be he cub or grizzled elder. Doesn't matter how young he is, if he's guilty, and he'll be treated as such.
Wow, wolf cubs have it hard, huh?
I'm surprised at you, Mr. Prosecutor. You're saying he deserves mercy just because of his age.
Of course not. I'm saying that there's no way he did this, and I'm going to prove it to you.
Heh, I'll look forward to it, but be warned, I'm only just getting warmed up.
Alright. Goes away how exactly?
I thought you might try this, but you and I both know exactly how. Let me make it nice and simple for you. First, she pushes the president off of the roof. Pushes. Okay. Then, the kid opens the combination lock because he knows the code. Yep, kid opens code. Knows lock. Gotcha.
Okay, the other way around.
And that's it. It's that simple. No more lock to worry about. And no more objections about her not being able to get in because she didn't know the code.
That would explain away the problem of the lock if it's true. Thank you for your clear and incisive explanation, Agent Lang. Please continue.
I will. This next part will shut you up for good.
You then work to hide the body together. But if the two of them were working together, why would they need to hide a body for a full day?
Well, look at the situation right in front of you. Thanks to that little ruse, we're still puzzling over what they were up to even now. But if you'll let me speak, I can clear up this whole mess once and for all. Ready? Good. So like I was saying, they worked together to hide the body.
Dragging over the Torosaurus suit and stuffing it inside. The video footage doesn't show the inside of the suit. You can't say for certain that there was a body in there at the time, can you?
Maybe not, but we can take a look right now. Let's open up and see what's inside. I'd put money on us finding proof that it was there.
Do you mind if we examine? Do you mind if we examine the bigger gun, Mr. Powers?
Oh, not at all. Might be a little right, though. It's pretty sweaty in there.
Ah, it's filthy.
Yeah, that's weird. I always clean it out pretty good. If you don't, it can get kinda moldy.
In other words, what we're looking at is proof that somebody other than you used the costume. That dirt in there must have come from off his body.
Guess the president was lying right in the middle of that footprint. He probably would have gotten pretty dirty.
Exactly. Well, everybody happy.
Covered with dirt, it must be from when the body was hidden there. But he has something yellow on his clothes. So our assumption is that the inside of the suit is dirty because of the dirt that came from the body. Dirt. Would it be safe to say that's the case?
Why? Is there a problem?
Part of the suit directly in front of the opening is particularly dirty.
Yeah, it really is.
But look at the victim. The area of his body that would have been in contact with that part of the suit isn't dirty at all. The victim had been crammed in there, as you suggest. His chest would have been surely covered in dirt.
Ah, fine. So what's your explanation? How did all that dirt get inside there?
Based on the videotape, there may well have been somebody in the suit at the time. But who was it if it wasn't the president?
On K, think. Where was it?
Something the matter, Kay?
I've seen dirt like that somewhere else, I'm sure of it. Just can't think of where. Dirt with weird little gray bits in it.
Gray bits? She's right, there is something mixed in there.
We're stuck to something else we looked at. Lots of it.
Stuck to something else we looked at? An item of evidence, maybe? It's probably worth checking. Does one of the items we found have a similar kind of dirt stuck to it?
It does. Right there.
Take that!
As Kay pointed out, the dirt in the suit contained small flecks of something gray.
Uh-huh. And?
We discovered similar flecks stuck to an item belonging to somebody we recently had dealings with. The item in question being these gloves.
Dirt does look similar, but so what? What are you saying this stuff is? What exactly are these gray flecks of yours?
I believe the gray flecks are... concrete? Surely they're flecks of concrete?
Oh, like all the little broken up bits around the footprints, you mean?
Exactly. Who did the gloves on which we found similar dirt and gray flecks belong to?
Chairman Wiener. We found them in his garage.
That's right, we visited the garage at his home earlier today. We found a pair of mechanics gloves covered in dirt. If I recall correctly, a sledgehammer and a shovel too. Why would a pair of mechanics gloves be covered in dirt? I'll tell you why, because somebody wore them while they used that hammer and shovel. They smashed through the concrete in the dirt below, staining the gloves with both substances.
Wait, so you're saying?
Yes, that we finally know what these footprints really are. Seems highly likely that they were dug by Chairman Wiener.
Highly likely. Pah! If that's so, then tell me this. Why the heck did he make them? What purpose could they possibly serve?
Why indeed? I imagine he must have been... digging something up? I think he must have been digging something up. Imagine events unfolded somewhat like this. There was something on his lot that he needed to unearth. In order to do so, he cut the chain on the side of the entrance and gained access from there. He then used the sledgehammer and shovel to dig the 3 footprints.
Uh-huh. I get it.
Little apey. When we found what he was looking for, he bagged it up and filled in all the holes. But then Sean must have showed up, right? I think he did, yes. Chairman Wiener would have had to find a hiding place, and the Torosaur suit provided just that.
Yeah. You got all that from a pair of dirty gloves. It's good, but it's all just speculation. We don't have any proof that he was inside that suit. He could have dug those holes and gotten out of here before the kids even showed up.
But he didn't, and there's proof of that right there in the footage.
Thank you for the care package, Shiny. Let me get on that real quick. I literally saved a sip of water specifically for this. Oh, barely a sip, but it works. It counts. Ugh. Boy, my back. My legs. I swear, I sit way more stiff when I'm streaming. I don't want to move too much to affect the model, I say, as I am standing up, making him stare directly into everyone's soul. Perfectly still, barring that weird fucking tail. Who? You're keeping track of his... keeping track of his care packages?
Shows that Chairman Wiener was still present when this recording was made.
What?
A shame that Agent Langdon knows it himself. But if we compare the situation as we see it now, the situation as it appears in Sean's rehearsal tape, compare that in turn to what we saw in Chairman Wiener's garage.
Where is it? The funny bag? Oh, there it is. Damn, I would not have fucking remembered that bag, dude. Jesus Christ, Edgeworth.
Soon becomes clear that the chairman was present. Part of this image shows that Chairman Wiener was still here.
Take that!
Gotta pay him back. True.
Look at the bag next to the Torosaurus suit. Still the same bag in Chairman Wiener's garage. Same bag, the dirt on the gloves. Has to indicate a connection, surely. I think that pretty much seals it. It was Excelsius Wiener in that suit. And if he wasn't there, the president's body can't have been. Yeah! Good, it seems I've convinced Agent Lang of the flaws in this theory.
Somebody get to Chairman Wiener's house right away. We need to know what's in that bag. Yes, sir. Y'all done lost your minds. I can't believe what I'm hearing here. What is this Hog's Willie?
All we need.
Right there's Torosaurus footprints, dang it. Ain't no holes dug by no old guy.
I think I've demonstrated more than adequately that's exactly what they are.
Don't matter to me none what you just done did. I don't believe in that thing. I done told you, I seen that big bad boy with my own two eyes.
Giant eye of hearing in that window. I thought we'd gotten past that nonsense.
We ain't about to let that go. What kind of jurors would we be if we did, huh?
Responsible ones, but I guess that's the whole problem.
Wait, ain't like it was just about the footprints know-how. You were seen fraternizing with one of them there monsters, ain't that correct, young man? By the young lady over there, if I'm not much mistaken.
We're never going to get anywhere with these two around.
Maybe if we could prove to them there wasn't a monster either, they might finally drop it. What do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Any bright ideas?
Prove that it wasn't a monster. Fine, I don't suppose there's much else for it. Let's see what we can do.
This is so... the fact we're having to prove this. Why are you two whispering about? Y'all hiding something, ain't ya? Admit it. Quick, Tabby. Roll tape.
Could I politely ask that you both calm down? The monster the boy was seen talking to, we know what it was now.
Huh?
That's right, Sean's rehearsal tape finally cleared that up. The tape mystery solved. Yes,
I think Lotta has the stupid. You think?
From what I was watching earlier today.
It did?
Point at which Miss Nichols thought she saw Sean with Gordy. But that would have been right when he was making his rehearsal tape. I think she mistook a certain object for the legendary creature of the lake. The so-called monster is right here in this picture.
I don't see no Gordy. That ain't nothing but a dumb snapshot. You're talking to a pro here. Can't fool me with no trick photography.
What was Miss Nichols' Gordy really?
It's the fucking camera. Which was also about denying something unnatural.
That's right, it was a camera crane. That's what Miss Nichols saw, not Gordy!
What?
Bond's rehearsal tape was shot from a noticeably elevated viewpoint. A viewpoint that would only have been possible if the camera in question was attached to a crane.
Whoa! How the heck would she make a mistake like that, huh?
How indeed, Miss Nichols. Hey you, no touching that, yes? You told us what we thought. You might need a new glasses, didn't you? Yes, my eyesight got way worse all of a sudden. I imagine that when you thought you saw Gordy, he was quite heavily shrouded in darkness. That's right, I only really saw a silhouette.
Well, you done told us. This is getting like an enormous worm, you said. Y'all about to try and tell us your precious crane grew up and grew skin somehow? Ain't Ain't no flesh on them middle bones, let alone skin. I fucking hate this section of the case. I hate this.
You're entirely correct, of course, about the crane, as it was in this particular picture anyway. But it did have a skin of sort last night.
I knew you were a scoop here, but this is plumb crazy. You want Tabby B to starve, is that it?
That's my intent at all. I do think this time I finally put them both out of their misery. Baldy's skin is right here in front of us. When do we get to euthanize the journalists? After this game, because they never show up again.
Take that!
They never show up again in the series after this game. Let's insist there's a monster in the middle of the city. Snickles told us that seemed likely to rain last night. That had never happened in the end. But I think Sean may have covered the crane with the rainproof sheeting nonetheless. And that, my intrepid young reporters, is what Miss Nichols mistook for Gordy's skin.
What? Oh, heck.
Well, Sean, am I mistaken? Please don't say no.
You see everything, don't you? Gotta say, you're pretty amazing.
He just takes it.
I'm sorry, Miss Hartman, Miss Nichols. Monster was no such thing. It was simply a trick of the light.
And just like that, dream dies. Again. Chief! That was the stupidest thing we've done all game. I thought the kid was holding out on us. But it seems I could have maybe been a little wrong, maybe. That was the dumbest thing that has ever happened in this series. Everybody happy? Everybody except these two. Agent Lang!
The President's autopsy report is out, sir.
It is. Let me see it! Death was due to full body contusions and bone breakages caused by extreme pressure from above? So we have our cause of death. He was crushed.
Just as we thought. Cause of death, crushing.
Was that mid-investigation filler? I think it was. I hate it here. Test results still haven't come back from the yellow substance found on his chest, but they did find gunshot residue on his right hand. Gunshot residue? Guess he was a kid at heart, huh?
Gunshot residue, Kay. Substance left behind when a firearm is discharged. His presence indicates that the president may have used a gun.
Really? But we didn't find any gun anywhere, did we?
Indeed not, which makes this gun residue something of a riddle. Need to read that report carefully. Well, Agent Lang, that clears one thing up at least. The president didn't die from a fall, which means he wasn't pushed from the roof of the big building. He was crushed by the falling Torosaurus head, just as we said he was.
Guess I have to accept that now. Fine, you were right. Amazing, so does that mean Judge Gabble isn't a suspect anymore either?
Surely it must. Both the cause and time of death rule her out. Met with the president the night before last. The autopsy report put the time of death around 11 p.m. last night. And we know that the Torosaurus head fell around then too. The facts all line up perfectly.
Ugh, rather relief. Sorry, it might be a little too soon to celebrate. What? Sure, I think we can accept that the falling head must have been what killed the president. But that begs the question, what could have caused it to fall? Or who?
It happened late last night, so we have to think about who was here at that time.
What are you getting at exactly? You can't mean... I'm afraid I do. You did it, didn't you? Sean! The kid's hiding something. He was right here last night, right where the body was found. He saw the footprints. And yet he wants us to believe he knows nothing about what happened. That's a big ask, surely.
We haven't yet established if the footprints had anything to do with the murder. But even if he did see them, that doesn't mean he was involved.
Maybe not, but his face tells me different. As does the fact that he's shaking like a leaf.
It does seem that Agent Lang might be onto something, but I don't think Sean's going to talk.
Fine. Keep your mouth shut, kid. I have a better idea. Why don't we let your tape do the talking?
What exactly are you planning, Agent Lang?
The police have some pretty sophisticated imaging tools these days. You would go to such extreme lengths to see my son convicted?
Guess you got distracted reading fan fiction. What was it about? Go on, tell the class docs.
Not ideal, but the boy won't talk. You don't have any other way of getting the truth. Detective Gumshoe, you have access to exactly such a device, do you not?
Sure do, little V. Good. That should make this nice and quick.
Mr. Edgeworth, I'd request that it be you who carries out the analysis in question.
Looks at the camera.
Why me? I fear that Agent Lang might be inclined to believe the worst.
Fine, hold on.
Analysis isn't exactly my speciality, but alright. Are there any new clues to be discovered somewhere in the image data, I wonder? Over here? Hey, yo!
Eureka!
Eureka! What the?
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Let me see, let me see.
That back, though.
What is it? What's the matter? Show me.
Mr. Edgeworth, the court asks that you share your findings.
Zoom in on the top right part of the image and look closely. That's the person there. It's the president!
Oh my.
What? You're kidding, right?
Well, I'd say that's pretty decisive, wouldn't you?
Doesn't look good for Sean at all.
Wait, this doesn't prove anything. I didn't know he was there.
I don't believe you. And the image does in fact prove something very important. In the present, we're here at the scene of the crime together.
Admit it, kid. You murdered President Wang.
No, that's ridiculous. Why? Why would he? Sean, you didn't. You can't have. Can you? What do we do, Mr. Edgeworth? It's hard to push back against footage like that.
Literally how he's 13. Oh, I know.
Surely even you can. This looks pretty bad for the kid, Mr. Prosecutor.
Arg!
Claimed he knew nothing about what happened.
President is right there with him. Sean, what are you not telling us? We have to know.
He's right, Sean. Be honest now. It's the only way.
Truth is, it was all my fault.
Sean, what did you do?
It was my fault. The Torosaurus head fell off the trailer. I went up on the roof of the trailer to prep the kit I was using, and I turned on the heater while I was there. Must have left it burning when I came back down to run my lines. Then my mom called, and I left the set to go talk to her. When I came back after the call, the Torosaurus head had fallen from the roof, and the president was just there, lying next to it.
Oh.
Did find evidence of a fire having broken out up on the roof.
It was just a tiny one, so I put it out myself.
So we're saying the president died because of Sean?
If he did that, then this makes the whole thing just an accident.
What did you do with the head after you found it on the ground?
I took it apart, carried the pieces up to the roof, and put it back together again.
You're saying you put out the fire and moved the head back to where it fell from. In other words, you tried to cover your tracks. You're a real piece of work, kid.
Not like I did any of this on purpose. I really did just forget to turn the heater off.
Yes, and when the fire had burned through the legs of the table, it would have collapsed, and the head
would have fallen onto the ground below. You're right, the fire caused the head to fall.
Indeed, and I also happen to have an idea about how the fire may have started. Those cans of paint done by the heater are pretty flammable and not a great place to keep them.
You swear it was an accident? Seems a little convenient. What was the president even doing here in the first place?
How the heck am I supposed to know? I didn't see anybody, I swear.
I still don't believe you. Why would President Wang come to a place like this in the middle of the night?
Reasons for coming here are something of a mystery, it's true. Met Judge Gavel up on the roof 2 nights ago. Also here on the movie set last night. Come to meet Sean?
Wait, so Gavel did see him 2 nights ago. So she couldn't have been able to push his body down. So my image should have been completely right. Right? Unless he's implying that she pushed him down some other time. Night before last dodge. I don't know, man. Maybe there's something I'm missing, but that genuinely just feels like a hole. Right now, at least. I don't know. I play this game once every week. Can't remember everything. Need to go over the boy's statement very carefully indeed. Up on the roof of the trailer to prep the kit I was using, I turned the heater on while I was there. Just looking over all the evidence real quick. That time of death, April 5th, approximately 11 p.m. Came back down to run my lines, and my mom called, and I left the set to go talk to her. What time did she call you?
It was the middle of the night, and the set was deserted. Why did you need to leave in order to talk to your mother?
I forgot I was supposed to talk to her. I got confused, I guess. Thought if I didn't leave, she'd find out I was out of the hotel at night on my own.
Doesn't make sense. You know that, don't you?
Fine. Look, the camera was rolling and the mics were all live, okay? I didn't want our conversation on that tape where anybody could hear it.
He was embarrassed about being recorded speaking on the phone to his mother?
So I ditched the rehearsal and ran off set as quick as I could.
Came back after the call. Had fallen and... I'm getting hungry.
Hold it!
I'm just gonna press on everything.
You're a fit and hearty young man, Sean. Spring now. Surely you didn't need to fire up that stove?
He is a fit and hearty young man who needs to look after himself.
Really, Your Honor? But if he resorts to such measures even during warm weather...
Seriously? You two are going to argue over something like that right now?
Yeah, he's right, of course.
You've made your point, Sean, but I've told you before to watch how you talk to people.
I think he was criticizing you as much as he was me, Your Honor.
Yes, Mom. Anyway, where was I?
Hold it!
Okay. You left it burning. You didn't think to check before you came back down to the loft.
I meant to, but I was thinking about my lines and the scene and everything else. Not my fault I forgot. Everybody forgets stuff.
I sure do. So much stuff. I left the air conditioner on in Mr. Edgeworth's office and the lights. I forgot that he told me to never jump off the ladder on his bookshelves or make prank calls. The one thing I would never ever forget to do is turn off an unattended heater.
Please, Sean, go on.
How many dots is that? I'm suspicious. I'm suspicious. I'm suspicious. Damn it. One day, it'll happen again. One day.
She's a lot, huh? Anyway, as I was saying...
Left set.
Hold it!
Pretended to your mother that you were back at the hotel during the call, correct?
How come you couldn't tell her you were coming back to the set to practice your lines?
She'd have phoned the hotel and asked them to send a car to get me or something.
Of course I would have. A child your age shouldn't be out on his own late at night. Anything could happen to you.
Children really can't seem to see things from the parent's perspective, can they?
It's true the other way around too, you know, Mr. Edgeworth.
All right, Sean, can you tell us what happened when you came back after speaking to your mother?
Huh? Oh, sure. So I came back and...
Okay.
Hold it!
Oh, why am I so fucking tired? Jesus.
Any signs I was about to fall before you left?
I don't remember. I was concentrating on my lines.
But if I had broken out on the roof because of the heater you forgot to turn off, Did you really hear nothing the entire time?
No, I had my headphones on.
Why?
I was playing the soundtrack to the movie to help me concentrate. I was playing it loud. So yeah, definitely didn't hear anything.
Except for the sound of your phone ringing when Judge Gavel called you.
You know that cell phones vibrate these days, right? Anyways.
It was just there lying next to it. Did you notice anything unusual about the body?
I don't know. It was dark.
I'm suspicious.
Damn it!
This is gonna be a running bit.
He suddenly seems even more reticent than usual.
I don't think he wants to go back over that memory any more than he has to, Mr. Edgeworth.
Sure he doesn't, but is that really all it is? If I push him a little more on this. It was dark, but you knew it was a body nonetheless. Hiding something. I'd better find out what. Most people would cry out for help if they saw somebody lying on the ground. Yet you didn't.
Yeah, because what's the point? He was dead.
So you said, what I'm interested in is how you were able to be so sure. Why were you certain that he was dead?
He was lying on the ground and that huge head was right next to him. Didn't take much to figure out what must have happened.
You couldn't have guessed that the impact would have killed him. How did you really know? I'll tell you how, because you checked.
Fine, I checked, okay? I was scared, but yeah, I went up to the body and looked, and he wasn't breathing.
So I was right. I tried to hide that from you. Must be a reason. Could you tell me how the body looked at that point?
I couldn't tell if he was dead at first. There was no blood or anything, so it was hard to be sure. Nothing on his clothes either. He was completely clean. But yeah, he wasn't breathing. So that's how I knew he was dead.
Thank you. I'd like you to add that statement to your testimony if you don't mind. I know he said there was no blood and nothing on his clothes.
But
Finally.
Nothing on his clothes, nothing at all.
yeah, nothing. Why? Is there a problem with that?
Something you're clearly hoping that we've forgotten.
What are you talking about? There isn't. That's not true.
Luckily for you, we remember it rather well. Talking, of course, about the yellow speckles on the president's chest. You've studiously avoided mentioning them throughout your entire testimony, since I find suspicious, to say the least. I hope for your sake that you have a satisfactory explanation.
Overruled.
Gavel.
Judge Gavel.
Allow me to explain.
But...
The yellow residue on the president's chest. I imagine it was from a bouquet of flowers. Lion lilies, to be precise.
lion lilies.
2 nights ago when I met the president on the roof of the big building. I presented him with a bouquet. They're a type of lily with large yellow petals. I imagine that the substance on President Wang's chest was pollen from those flowers.
Huh? But
they're not there in the printout from the security camera. Only because the president is away.
But why give him flowers?
That is not something I am at liberty to divulge.
what? More secrets? Are you serious? First you wouldn't tell us why you met with him, and now you can't even tell us about the flowers.
My sincerest apologies, but all I can tell you is that I gave him the bouquet.
Bouquet that was nowhere near the body when it was discovered. How do you explain that?
I cannot.
Seriously, Your Honor. Some things you unexplain, the rest you can't. Come on. You've got to give us something here. You wouldn't let this fly in the courtroom. What makes you think we'll accept it? Hey, you leave her alone! Sean, I threw the flowers away, okay?
You did? But they were there when you first found the body.
Yeah, they were right there on his chest. They were squashed completely flat.
Oh, I guess that makes sense, right? It would have gotten crushed along with the president?
Pollen would have been smeared across his jacket. It does explain things rather neatly. Why remove the bouquet and dispose of it?
No reason.
He's almost as evasive as his mother. More secrets. They're quite a pair. There is no secret. I know exactly why Sean disposed of the bouquet. Huh? You saw me leave the house with it, didn't you? Oh, I get it. You saw the flowers on the president's body. You remembered seeing your mom with them. Felt the need to prevent her from coming under suspicion.
No, you've got it all wrong.
Least convincing lie yet. Gilmore is updated. I often decorate our home with lion lilies. I imagine that's why you...
So the flowers his mother was carrying showed up on the president's body. Press X to Sean! Because of that, he got rid of the bouquet. Kept quiet about having discovered the corpse. Well, that ties up everything nicely, doesn't it? A little too nicely for my taste. Why, what's wrong with nice? I guess you forgot, huh? The kid also told us he was responsible for the head falling in the first place. Sean! Sean! Yeah, he did, but... So he's still our only suspect.
Finger of suspicion still seems to be pointing firmly in Sean's direction. However, wait. I think of a far more likely culprit than the boy.
What? Who?
The person who was holding Sean captive until only a short while ago.
That's right. We had to rescue him from a warehouse refrigeration unit down by the harbor.
A refrigeration unit
in the depot. Yeah. Lucky it wasn't switched on. Poor kid might have frozen into a popsicle otherwise. He was doing his best to call out for help, which is how we found him. The sedatives had worn off by then, so he was wide awake and plenty loud.
Sedatives? Isn't that what you were given too?
Yep. We found the bottle on the floor of the unit. Even the same brand. Breezy's. Apparently it's super strong.
Well, Agent Lang, surely that suggests that Sean is a victim, not a suspect. Somebody else was responsible, and I think they've been behind all of this.
Oh yeah? And the secret mastermind of yours was here last night too.
That I can't yet say.
Ha! Not like you to be so vague, Mr. Prosecutor.
I think we just don't have anything to tie a mysterious kidnapper to the murder of the president. Anybody else? Somebody other than Sean who could have committed the murder. Of course!
So I was right. The kid is still our only suspect.
Not quite. I can think of another.
What?
Somebody who we just recently proved was right here on the movie set last night.
Chairman Wiener. You think he killed President Wang?
Why not? We've proven that he was present. If he was here, he's as viable a suspect as anybody else, wouldn't you say?
Wiener. We really have.
It's certainly another possibility to consider.
12 years ago, he was...
Number again.
Look, a lot happened, okay? This was all 12 years ago or more. My father and the president being friends, our family being the ones who kept him safe.
Lang, like the Lang from 10 years ago.
Yep, good to see that you're finally about to pay for your crimes. Even if it did take a while for you to get what was coming to you.
Agent Lang, what happened 12 years ago?
Nothing to do with you.
I think it has everything to do with me. It's clearly connected to this case.
Heh. You can prove that, can you? Go ahead, show me some proof that what happened 12 years ago has anything to do with this.
Proof?
Can't prove it, this conversation's over.
Does any of the evidence we've collected show a link between the events of 12 years ago?
Hi.
Right, there's a connection, and you know you're trying, blah blah blah. We'll kill tonight, and we'll make it retrieve the package we laid the rest 12 years ago.
Take that!
There we go. This is a report about Bronco Knight. It was sent to Chairman Wiener by one Legal. This last part in particular should be of interest to you.
Retrieve the package we laid to rest 12 years ago in front of the planter?
That's not all. I'll take a look at this. This letter was sent to Rosie Ringer, the victim of a murder that happened the night before last. We don't know who sent it, but it does say this. You wouldn't like getting your revenge for what happened 12 years ago.
But...
Something strange is going on, Agent Lang. Miss Ringer was murdered the night before last, and President Wang not long afterward. There's a connection between the two murders. There has to be. I believe we can trace that connection to events 12 years ago in the past. Am I wrong?
Are old wounds you're opening here insults to my family name?
Please, Agent Lang. You need to know.
Now who?
Who on earth was that?
Shifu! Uh-huh? What are you all doing here?
We came to find you, sir. We heard you were looking into the incident from 12 years ago.
Idiots! I'm not your boss anymore. Get back to your duties right now.
We can't do that, sir.
What? You're disobeying a direct order?
Please, sir, I'm begging you, we all are. You have to reopen the investigation into the SS5 incident. We know you can't let it go until you figured out what happened, and we can't either. Bear the pain, Lang. Bear it like eating corn on pizza. Does that mean Tracker is stronger than Lang?
Well, Agent Lang, it seems your former underlings want the events of the past explained too.
I think it's that easy. That you could solve a case just like that.
I think we can, together.
Ah! Well, alright then. Offer accepted.
Yes, Shifu, Shifu, Shifu! Nice! Then I guess it's my turn to step up.
Sorry, Kay?
You're looking into a case from the past, right? I just happen to have something that'll help with that.
Ah, you mean Mr. Thief?
Sure do. If you can give me the details of the incident, I can rustle up a little simulation for you.
Sadly, don't have the files relating to the case.
Huh? How come?
Access to those files is restricted. They're top secret.
You mean why?
To me, somebody must have something to hide.
I've never seen them.
Everything I know I read in newspaper articles from the time.
Fine, just tell us what you can.
All right. The SS5 incident happened on a winter's day 12 years ago, February 10th to be precise. Police receive a call directly from the kidnapper.
I got the president of Zangfall.
So he was kidnapped. Yeah, SS5 is the official designation of the president's kidnapping case. Kidnapper wanted $100 million.
$100 million? How much money even is that?
More than you can imagine, it seems.
Last person to see the president that night was my father. They were together at the embassy of Zangfall until midnight on the 10th. Nobody knows what happened with the president after that until he was kidnapped. Our government did everything they could to scrape together the money. They were desperate to save him. In the end, they succeeded. Money was handed over and the president came home safely.
So President Wang was head honcho even back then. Wow, go Mr. President.
The length of time he stayed in power isn't even close to the most impressive thing about him.
Then Lang was clearly very fond of President Wang. I assume the kidnapping was thoroughly investigated.
It was, but the investigation was top secret, as was the trial.
Right. So a suspect was arrested.
Yeah. Other than our friend, Fifi Lagarde.
What? That's why you visited the prison.
I was put on what you might call extended leave from Interpol. So I thought I'd use the time to look into what happened 12 years back. I wanted to see who I was dealing with.
She was found not guilty then, wasn't she?
Yeah. My father was in charge of the president's security at the time. They held him responsible for the kidnapping and stripped him of his duties as a presidential bodyguard. He stayed on the force, though, and he worked the case alone, until eventually he found a suspect, Lagarde. If he thought she did it, there's no way she was innocent. He declared her not guilty. Case went cold. Father couldn't take it. He was broken, mentally and physically. Finally quit the force altogether.
But we had solid grounds to suspect Warden Lewd.
He must have had evidence. He wouldn't have had charged her otherwise. I've never been able to see materials from the case. Sorry. That's all I know. What do we do, Mr. Edgeworth? This is useful information, but I don't think it's enough for Little Thief to recreate the scene.
There's really nothing we can do.
You look like you could use a hand. Who's this now? Hey!
Franziska?
Mr. Fender!
We finally wrapped up things over at the courthouse. So I thought we'd see what you cranberries were up to.
Here.
What's this?
It says SS5 investigation report. Ayo? When Fifi Lagarde mentioned an incident from 12 years ago earlier, I couldn't help but wonder. So I decided to look into it, and this was what Interpol provided.
Nice work, Franziska.
Don't get the wrong idea, Miles Edgeworth. You're no longer a prosecutor. I didn't do this for you.
All I'm missing is the Weinberg, then everyone's here.
I did it so that a colleague could solve his father's final case. I owe you, sis. But everything related to the SS5 incident was supposed to be top secret. Yes, but that classification was applied by the prosecutor in charge of the case, Celsius Wiener.
He was the prosecutor in charge?
Him again. Don't worry.
Rare pair, Langziska.
Due to the outcome of this morning's case, he's been stripped of his authority. An outcome that was in no small part thanks to the efforts of his own son.
Eustace. So in defeating his father, he made the old case file available to us. Sounds like we owe him.
Prosecutor Eustace Winner is busy wrapping things up after the conclusion of the Lagarde trial. But he asked me to give you a message. Leave Dad and Lagarde to me. You focus on your case over there.
Even starting to sound like a prosecutor.
Indeed he is. Alright! Now we have the case file, I can recreate the scene no problem.
Let's get started. According to the file, the incident occurred exactly where the plaza is now.
What are we waiting for? With me, everybody!
Why are we out here? Oh, the plaza. Duh. But before before Little Thief works his magic, this is going to be our time for a quick little ad break. This is going to be a good opportunity for some water, some snacks, the bathroom, whatever y'all need to do. And as soon as we come back, more of our little MacGuffin. So, with all that being said, bye for now.
a gun.
Alrighty, howdy everybody, welcome back. Hope y'all had a good break. Got done what you need to get done. Amogus. Alright. Go ahead. That back up and let's go. Alright, Kay, if you would send Mr. Thief in motion. Sure, looks like there's more than enough here to work with. Where do you want to start? Good question. Let's see. Seems there was an eyewitness. Freelance journalist by the name of Al Fall Down. Al Fall Down. Gee, I wonder what's gonna happen to him. I wonder what's gonna happen to All Fall Down. I fucking love Ace Attorney, dude. Apparently, he was killed by the culprit for witnessing the kidnapping. So this is where he saw it all happen, huh? Here, as in the big building? We all float down here. No, construction of the big building only began a year ago. Before that, it had been a piece of abandoned property. Before that, now we're getting to the stuff I know. 12 years ago, this place would have been the happy family home. Like, for retired people? No, it was a place for children without parents. An orphanage, in other words. The president was kidnapped from an orphanage. Yeah, and the place was run by Fifi Lagarde. I find it very, very true to life that well, I mean, the orphanage was abandoned by that point, but the fact that it got replaced with a giant corporate building is, like, just so on the nose. Physical care package. Doc stole from Tiny, damn. What the hell is Tiny gonna do? What are you gonna do, Tiny? What are you gonna do to the docs? Alright. Ugh. Oh, I can just get up to get more water anyway. And she ran the prison almost like an orphanage. That's true. Wonder, how far away am I tracking it? Because sometimes it'll randomly pick me. Very weird and when it decides to and when it decides not to. I don't know. Anyway. Back to it. She called it her happy little home.
As the proprietor of the institution, I suppose it's understandable that she came under suspicion.
President Wang, Excelsius Wiener, and Warden Lagarde? Only the SS5 incident must be related to our current case. Hey, could you enter the data relating to the murder of Mr. Alldown? It seems sensible to assume that he was killed by whoever kidnapped the president.
So we solved the murder, we solved the kidnapping. Nice.
Alright, we're counting on you.
And bada bing, bada boom. This technology makes total sense.
Damn, it's not... Bro. Little Thief's never gone this hard.
What the heck is this?
When did I grow to become so blasé towards people's reactions to Mr. Thief? What we're seeing here is the front yard of the orphanage as it was 12 years ago, as far as the police reports describe it.
Yeah, this is how it looked when they started investigating at 7 a.m. the morning after the murder.
Seems it had been snowing.
Yeah, from what I heard, the footprints wound up being pretty important evidence. Snow fell in the daytime the previous day.
In other words, before the incident occurred. And none of the relevant footprints would have been obscured by new snow. I think we'll need to pay these footprints some special attention.
Alright, let's see what we can look at. I think this is Lala's first time seeing this. Well, howdy, is this ever scoop? Whole world's gone green. Must be an outbreak of something. I'm seeing green trees, green people, green clothes, everything. They must be real sick even if their clothes are green. Looks like we wound up slap bang in the middle of the right dang place at the right time. Sure did, Chief. I don't think we're going to get a word in edgewise here, Mr. Edgeworth.
I don't think we want to. Hey, what about y'all?
How dare you, Scruffy? Don't you dare tell anybody. I'll just deny it anyway. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, you gotta help me out here, sir.
What's the matter, Detective?
It's about the SS5 incident. What else? No Chairman Wiener is in charge anymore and all, but top secret file being available to us quickly after his removal, something seemed off. So that got me thinking, and I put in a call, and they told me that, that Miss Von Karma went to some pretty extreme lengths to get that file released. Curse you, Scruffy. I deny everything. Eek!
It sounds like you went to a lot of trouble for our sake, Franziska. Don't worry, your efforts won't be for nothing. Solve this case, you see.
Alright, let's see what Sean thinks. What do you want?
This is our first time we've gotten to talk to him. I wonder if you could tell us a little more about the circumstances surrounding your kidnapping.
They took you when you went to the garbage disposal area, right?
What were you doing there?
It's alright, you don't have to talk for him. You could just ask me himself.
Hear that, Mr. Edgeworth?
I think he's starting to warm up to you. I went to the garbage disposal to throw away the flowers that were on that body. It wasn't far, and I figured they'd be less likely to find them there if I threw them in a garbage can. I tried to get in there last night too, but it was locked.
You had to come back today and try again.
Yeah, but when I was there, somebody came up behind me and put something over my face. Oh yeah, snoozing is easy for easy with 3 Z's.
The fact that she was drugged with it too doesn't seem to bother her. Guess it is a catchy name.
Whoever it was pretty strong, but I never saw their face.
I see, thank you. Very helpful. What can you tell us about the time between when you were kidnapped and when you were found?
Not a whole lot, I'll bet. Snoozing is ET3D with 3 Z's. I remember waking up feeling cold. There was somewhere big and empty and dark. Cardboard boxes with some other language written on them. I figured it must be a storeroom. But it's actually a giant refrigerator. Businesses use them to keep stuff chilled.
That's where Kay and Detective Gumshoe. You really saved the day, then.
Guess the cooler must have been on until just before I was brought there. Like I said, it was pretty cold. The odds Kay would willingly take 3 Z's again are low, but not 0. The odds for being a spokesperson for 3 Z's are low, but not 0. Anyway, they didn't take my phone for some reason, so I used that to call for help.
I see. Well, we're all very glad that you found your way back to us safely.
Say it like you mean it, why don't you?
He's not the most gracious child I've met.
Reminds me of a certain somebody else.
Alright, that's him taken care of. Oh, we can talk to Gabble properly, too.
I cannot thank you all enough for returning Sean safely to me. I can hardly bear to imagine how I would have felt if he had not come home. Hey, old guy, can't you see you're upsetting her?
That's not my intent at all.
Look at her little knight shining armor, defending his mom's honor. Shut up! I wouldn't have to if you didn't keep... That's enough, Sean. Mr. Edgeworth, if you'll allow me, I would like to apologize again. I failed in my duty as a servant of justice. I will not ask you to forgive me. I only ask you to understand that I...
Judge Gabble, don't presume to know the goddess of justice as well as you do. She was a mother, was she not? Of other gods and goddesses?
She was.
Their judgment requires personal circumstances to be taken into account. I'm sure she would understand. Your beloved goddess is more merciful than you give her credit for.
Thank you, Sir Edgeworth. What are they even talking about? Don't worry, Sean. I don't have a clue either.
I fucking love you, Kay. So, things are finally settling down after one Lagarde's trial.
It would seem so. Sentencing is still to come. The guilty verdict should stand. And do not worry. Excelsius Wiener's connection to the case will be thoroughly investigated. Have faith, Mr. Edgeworth. Eustace is a changed man.
Indeed. He simply had some growing to do. And don't we all? They included.
Kinda feel for him now. I said some pretty mean things, but I'll make it up to him next time I get the chance. I'm sure that chance will come. But for now...
Indeed. We need to focus on the case at hand.
So mostly just flavor. This is an arch.
The bone marks on the pillar here. The report says there was a fire sometime in the evening of the incident. Fine.
Let's see, where was it again? Yeah, one of those orphans set a fire with some kerosene. Some sort of prank, probably.
They sound like a lively bunch. Possibly too lively. Seems their antics spoiled our chances of finding any footprints near the entrance of the building. Okay. There's all that. Door?
Hey, this arch. We've seen it somewhere before, right?
Indeed we have. It's the same one that stands over the entrance of the big building today.
But this was supposed to be how things looked 12 years ago. Was it there the whole time?
Since the architects worked the old archway into the structure of the old building.
Future is simply the past reheated. And I think I heard that somewhere.
For once, it seems you might have remembered it correctly.
12 years is a long time to reheat something for. If it was your lunch, it'd be ruined.
Alright, can I investigate the bear? This is important.
An igloo shaped like a bear, the perfect balance of cuteness and scariness. I guess you could call it a big glue.
It is quite large. You could probably fit as many as 3 people inside it.
Yeah, and they could live in there for 3 whole years.
3 years? And what about the summer? Wouldn't the big igloo melt?
Again, say it again, Mr. Edgeworth, please, one more time.
Wouldn't the igloo melt?
You're no fun. It is kind of sizable. You could at least fit like 2 people in there if they like huddled up, bald like that. But living, not so sure.
Looks chillier than your chilliest look out there, Mauserino. Somebody might have to warm me up.
Could you maybe take this a little more seriously, Mr. Fender?
Are you okay, Master? Anything. Can't believe this whole story tale began right here. Kinda crazy, right? Yes, it is a little. What were Feast and the chairman up to, though? Where were they going with all this? There indeed. I'd very much like to know that myself. Kinda cranberry. And I'd very much like to know when you two are going to admit how much you love your Uncle Eddie.
Not anytime soon. Come on, Mr. Fender. You're not taking us this seriously at all.
You did for about 3 sentences, which is something of a record.
little boingy animal thingies. Springy animal ride. What exactly are these called?
A tortoise and a hare, inspired by the children's story, no doubt. Tortoise races the speedy hare and wins.
Alright, time for a K Faraday pop-up quiz. Why did the hare lose the race? I'll give you 3 options.
You don't need 3 options, K. He lost because he stopped to rest and fell asleep.
Number 1, the hare's favorite running shoes were stolen by the Yatagarasu. Number 2, the tortoise trained with the Yatagarasu. It got so fast he won. Number 3, the real winner was the Yatagarasu, who plotted a surprise victory.
Those are my only 3 options.
Too hard? Alright, I'll give you a hint. The option you're looking for starts with thra. Oh. Okay. I was very confused. I was like, but they all start with the.
Well, that definitely narrows it down.
And what does Lang think? Uncomfortable amount of dots. 3 planters, covered with snow.
Is anything the matter, Agent Lang?
Yeah, something's not right. Wasn't able to look at the case file until now.
Indeed, you have Chairman Winner to thank for that, it seems.
No, it would have been Wiener. We were talking about Excelsius.
Yeah, but that's what's weird is I've seen this scene somewhere before.
What?
But where? I keep thinking I've got it, but then it's gone.
He has to be lost in his efforts to remember. Perhaps I should leave him alone for now.
Nah.
President Wang changed after the SS5 incident. Yes, he felt his trust had been betrayed. I can understand that. To cut ties with my family completely, after how close we'd been all these years? My father was desperate to make amends, to get just one chance to say sorry. No matter how many times he tried to get an audience with the president. Couldn't even convince them to take a letter to him. One time he came home covered in bruises. Who knows from where? A bodyguard, maybe? Sorry, there's no point making you sit through old stories that won't change anything anyway.
I'll be the judge of that.
As warm and fuzzy as ever, I see. Not that I expected any different. The case ruined my father, and my family too. People who failed to keep the president safe, that's all. All we were after that. He threw himself heart and soul into that investigation.
He became obsessed, in other words. Only in the best state of mind in which to undertake an inquiry.
Oh, you really don't pull your punches, huh? Look, just don't go thinking I'm only doing this because of my dad, okay? That investigation was solid. His work was meticulous and was accurate. Always was. Interviewed every single one of those kids, and he made sure they told him everything.
Wonder if he learned anything of value.
You know, all this looking, we haven't actually looked at the file we were given. Occurred on February 10th, 12 years ago. President Zhengfa was kidnapped and ransomed for $100 million. President's presence at embassy until midnight conferred by the Long Lang. Prosecutor in charge, Excelsius Winner. Suspect, Fifi Lagarde. Alright. We can investigate the elephant swing. Yeah, definitely last section for the night.
A porch swing with an elephant's face on it, and behind it what appears to be a motor.
You know what every dedicated swing fiend always wonders, don't you? They can swing all the way over the top and back again. Maybe a motorized swing could finally make that dream come true.
That'd be a little dangerous.
And what dream is it, huh? Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
True, but only applicable in this case. Alrighty.
I think we've investigated all the other miscellaneous crap that doesn't want us to look at.
These footprints stop by the body.
Guess that means that they belong to Mr. Aldone, right? His feet were pretty big. What's that about? A size 12? According to the file, they were the same size as his shoes. It's a match.
These footprints go towards the body and come back.
According to the case file, they're thought to be the killers. They're about size 9. Pretty average, in other words. Ah, guys fucking jump scares me when I'm really into it. Come on, Gordon. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Wait, what did she say? The police weren't able to track who the murder was from them, though. Splinters. According to the case file, the yard stretched out 3 sides of the orphanage. That doesn't jump scare me as much. Good try, though, Docs. There were 3 planters on each side. Yes, planters arranged in a very particular pattern. One we've seen somewhere before. I can line that up pretty easily. Maybe there aren't many flowers, but I guess it was the middle of winter. Yes, but look at that one. It's bright yellow. Weird. How come there's only one? Wait, looks like somebody dropped it.
That's a lion, if I'm not very much mistaken. A rare member of the family Liaceae.
A lion lily, you say? He's homophobic. It doesn't scare him. They scare me. What the Cece, I was raised by lesbians. Oh wait, he's not homophobic. I thought you were calling me homophobic. I was like, Cece, the fuck? Okay. Back to it. Wait, didn't Judge Gabble give President Wang some lion lilies? What's this the same flower doing here? It can't be a coincidence, can it?
I believe this particular cultivar is from Asia, where it's said to symbolize the bond between parent and child.
Wasn't aware you were so knowledgeable when it came to flowers, Franziska.
I just told you it's common knowledge. Perhaps you need to read a little more.
What? I swear to God, Gabble, if you're somehow... Wait. Gabble is President Wang's daughter? It's possible, given that. You need not be falling asleep at 7:30. Help. Just smack yourself. Or dip your head in water. One or the other. Not something they had in the Von Karma home. Damn! All fall down. The man who witnessed the president's kidnapping. What exactly did he see? Based on his part of the recreation, one of the crime scene photos. Means he suffered a blow to the back of the head. Yeah, from that brick right there. They figured it must have been taken from here in the yard. Looks like the blood flowed from the head wound and spread over the surrounding area. Here, a gift for you. This is Mr. Aldown's autopsy report. Died around 1 a.m. on February 10th. Scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. We inspect the lilies again? Somebody's dropped the yellow flower here. It's a lion lily, right? According to Franziska, yes. Originally from Asia, if I recall correctly. Yep, and she said it symbolizes the pond being painted or tiled, right? It was the bond between parent and child, Kay. He was forsaken. Phone. Cell phone must have belonged to the victim. Right. Yeah, it says here in the file that Mr. Aldown made a call while he was watching the kidnapping. Call? To whom? Girlfriend. Seems he called her when he saw that the president was there. She didn't pick up, so he left a message. But she didn't pick up, so she left a message. That's in here too if you want to hear it. Please. Hey is not paying attention. Hey, Rosie, it's me. I guess you're asleep already. Anyway, I'm here at the orphanage. Something weird's going on. President Wang is here for some reason, and there's another... Damn it, the light's out. I can't quite see, but it looked like he was being kidnapped? Anyway, probably nothing, but I thought I... What were those sounds at the end? He must have been attacked while he was still on the phone. Agent Lang, can I ask you something? Mr. Aldown's girlfriend, what was her name? Ringer. Rosie Ringer. At least that's what I heard.
Just as I thought. Wait, you mean... A revenge for what happened 12 years ago. All Miss Ringer was left with were those memories and personal effects of her lover. And so, seeking revenge on Chairman Wiener, she made her appearance at the auction. So she really was out for revenge on Chairman Wiener, wasn't she? Perhaps it was for his suppression of the kidnapping. Perhaps it was because she thought that he was one of the kidnappers. Damn. Poor Rosie. There's the brick! Was the brick used in the murder? There's stuff made of bricks all around the yard here. They probably took it from somewhere nearby, huh? All fall down. Freelance journalists. Killed after witnessing the kidnapping of President Wang. Even in the recreation, it's pretty gruesome, huh? Even worse in the actual crime scene photos. That's a lot of blood. Seems mostly to have come from the back of his head, as you can see. There he is completely caked. Yeah, the autopsy report says that's where he was hit with the brick. Indeed, I imagine his attacker must have been snuck up on him from behind. Looks as if he's clutching something in his right hand. Oh yeah, they mentioned that in the file somewhere. Let's see. According to this, it was a button. A button? One from the attacker's clothing, perhaps? Blood is his, but how would it have gotten there? It was in his hand, but all the blood's around here. So, I'm not quite sure. Ugh, fresh blood, and plenty of it. According to the autopsy report, died from loss of blood due to the blow to the back of his head. Yes, and that blood spread out over the entire area. Not anybody could have bled that much and survived. It certainly seems to confirm what the autopsy report suggests. I think that's everything. Oh, camera. The victim was carrying a camera. Oh yeah, according to the file, they recovered a picture. Yeah, here we are. It's the president, right? Somebody's pointing a gun at him. Must be what Mr. Alldown witnessed. The person in the trench coat is the kidnapper? Yes, I imagine they were trying to conceal their identity. The Regent Lang's father's theory was correct. The person wearing that trench coat is one Lagarde. And they only found the one picture. I wasn't able to take any more before he was attacked. The button is from the fucking snowman thing. That's what it is. That's what's happening. Why does it still say something here? Wait, can I... Okay, I probably have to Eureka it later. So definitely two culprits here. Yeah. Let's see here. Logic time, I guess? Ah. Finally! So that's what our monstrous hoof prints really were. Wait, what? All the arrangement of the prints. Now compare it to that of the planters. Whoa! That's right. I believe the footprints are located exactly where our planters once stood. So Chairman Wiener was digging around the front of them? He was. And why might he have been doing it? We have a piece of evidence in our possession that answers exactly that question. Blah, 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 blah. It's the fucking... this thing.
Take that!
Recall, if you will, the report that one Lagarde sent to Chairman Wiener. In it, she mentioned something that had been laid to rest in front of a planter. You think she was telling him where to dig? Wait, but why 3 holes? Because the report didn't specify which of the planters she meant. Ah, I get it. So he wasn't sure which one it was. Then he had to try and dig up all 3. Imagine so, yes. Poor Chairman Wiener. Wait, why would you say poor Chairman Wiener? Why would he say poor? He doesn't deserve poor. He doesn't deserve pity. About all we can learn from the scene from now. Alright, how about I try to show you how things looked earlier on that night? Would be very much appreciated. Take us back to the moment in which the victim witnessed the kidnapping. Sure, I'll use the photograph he took. Here goes nothing. Take another sippy. Ah. I love the image of the person with the brick. That shit's funny. There's the president and his kidnapper out by the road. My father based this investigation on the evidence Aldown provided. That's why he thought the kidnapping and the orphanage were connected somehow. And we wound up suspecting Fifi Lagarde. She was the one running the orphanage at the time. Exactly. When the case went to trial, Excelsior's winner put a big hole in the theory. Ew. Yeah, after all, the president and the kidnapper were actually on the grounds of the orphanage. So it was hard to conclusively prove any kind of connection. Huh, so they were never seen inside the gates of the orphanage? Detectives bust a gut to find evidence on the scene. And prosecutors come along and twist it for their own ends. Winter and Lagarde were working together. They had some kind of deal, I'm sure of it. So you're saying that Chairman Wiener was working with the kidnapper? Your father was convinced that Lagarde was the culprit, correct? You say he was gifted and thorough investigator. Must have had more to support his theory than just Mr. Aldown's message, surely. Yeah, he must have. I just don't know what it was. It wasn't exactly a case he liked talking about. Agent Lang's father, DeLong Lang, trusted ally and confidant of President Wang. He discovered truths that were subsequently suppressed by Chairman Wiener. All this talk about Wieners and Wangs. Make of that what you will. Alright. Well. There's blood already on the ground. That's interesting. Aldown took his picture of the president's kidnapping from here. Then called Rosie Ringer, by which point his killer must have already been approaching from behind. With a brick in their hand ready to strike. But there's blood on the ground still. Why is there still blood on the ground? These footprints stop by the body. Guess that means they belong to Mr. Aldown, right? Feet were pretty big. What's that about? A size 12? Why do you make me look at this again? I don't fucking know. Ace Attorney be weird. It always will be. I'll scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Hey, that snowman. There's melting in the simulation of the morning after the murder, huh? That muffler was all wet. Its little button eyes had fallen off. Indeed, it looked reasonably healthy at this point. But not entirely. I can see one thing that's missing. Aw, poor guy. I bet some kid took it off as a stupid prank. Not a bad piece of thieving, though. Maybe they had potential. I think one of the orphans took it. I'm not so sure. In fact, I think it was grabbed by somebody else entirely. Finally! I get to do this! The snowman is missing a certain something, wouldn't you say? Yeah, his right eye. Indeed, luckily we've managed to locate it. The button Mr. Aldown was holding. Look at that, it's the same type of button as the other eye and everything. If we suppose that the button was indeed the snowman's missing eye, that presents something of a contradiction. What does the button contradict? The victim was clutching the button. The button was covered with his blood, which means he must have grabbed it after being attacked. Let's run a little hypothetical, shall we? What if after being struck, Mr. Aldown lost his balance and reached out to grab something to steady himself? The snowman wouldn't have supported him, so he would have grasped the button and continued falling. I get it. So you're saying that he was near the snowman when he was attacked? Yeah, within arm's reach, to be precise. It's currently nowhere near that close. Right, but his footprints only go as far as the planter. He never came back this way. What if they weren't his footprints? I think we need to look at all the prints again. Alright, I'll take us back to the scene where Mr. Alldown's body was found. Dang, I didn't even get to look at the rest of the shit. Making moves. The footprints on the left definitely matched up with Mr. Alldown's shoes, right? So what's the deal? Take another look and see if we can figure it out. Fucking hell, I'm getting tired of this. Let me be sure these are Mr. Alldown's footprints. Well, they're the same size, a 12, which is pretty big. The prints match his shoes. They also go straight to the middle of the planters where his body was found. As we've established, when he was attacked, he fell and grabbed the button from the snowman. All being a great thief, I know a few contortionist tricks, but that would be way beyond even me. Some average Joe stretching his arms that far? Basically impossible. I think we can be reasonably certain that the prints were made by the shoes the victim was wearing. We can be certain that they... But can we be certain they were actually the victim's shoes? Perhaps we should take another look at them. Time to look at his shoes. Right? Yeah, his shoes. His shoes. As the case file says, they match the footprints, but... Oh, these aren't the victim's shoes, I'm sure of it. What do you mean? Look at how the laces are tied. Don't they look a little strange to you? What's more, they don't appear to fit properly. So these prints, they go right up to where the victim was found and they stop right by his feet. They didn't actually belong to him? So when the prints by his head... So are the prints by his head his? The ones that lead away and come back? No, I don't think so. They're too small. So neither set belongs to him. And how do you get here? That's easy enough. He didn't walk. He was carried by the killer. So then, where did the murder take place? Was it really over by the snowman as we suspect? Alright, I think that's everything for that. I never investigated the original snowman. Mr. Alldown's body was moved. How else do we explain the button clutched in his hand? It suggests that he was killed somewhere near the snowman. I'd better take a closer look. Scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Poor snowman, he's not looking good. Happy helps. Snow and ice eventually melt. That's just how it is. And so do mysteries. All we have to do is wait. The snowman in the case will melt into the clear water of truth. All you have to do is wait, Kay. I have to work to solve those mysteries. Size 9 footprints going toward the body and away from it. Case file says they must have belonged to the murderer. Grow fainter as they get closer to the orphanage gates. It's just because there's less snow over there, no? It as it may, it certainly doesn't help in matching the prints up with the name and face. No deductions I can do here. Planter. There are planters outside the orphanage gates, too. Oh, look, they planted stuff that flowers in the winter under all that snow. Indeed, a little frigid, but tasteful nonetheless, even if this is a simulation. Yes, indeed, a bit frosty looking, but tasty nonetheless, for a simulation. I mean, to eat cheese bread with mustard, I mean, you could be trying to eat a hologram, apparently. That's what Kay's going for. So, do I logic? Alright, so dig up something near a planner, but what? What are involved? I don't think I can logic yet, but I can't really find anything else. It's still saying I'm missing something here. But I can't deduce. Sec. Wait. Oh! Huh? Look, there's a brick missing here. The rest of the brickwork looks fine. Strange it's just this one is missing. There we go. That's why I was missing. Mental health check. I could use one. Ugh.
That's a good one. Thank you for the head pat, Cece. Alrighty. Brick. Brick. House. Keep getting distracted by my silly creatures. It's part of your charm. Seems quite likely that the missing brick was the one used in the murder, wouldn't you say? Oh yeah, now you mention it, they're the exact same shape and size. Body was moved. What did Winter dig up? Was Winter a brick from Snowman? Thinking right next to Snowman. I don't think there's anything to connect that to logically quite yet. But also, I can't think of anything else. So... whatever you say. Okay. I think we have to conclude that the murder actually happened over by the Snowman. Right, but the button came from there, and the brick too. And what's more, if the murderer took the brick from the right by the Snowman and tried to sneak up on the victim all the way over the planters, Mr. Alldown would have seen them right away. Exactly. We need to update the simulation, okay? Mr. Alldown wasn't standing by the planters, he was next to the Snowman. Gotcha, alright, here goes. Damn, we even have the animation just straight to it. And no matter how you look at it, this just doesn't work, does it? Indeed, everybody who was present in exactly the same spot. So, where did we go wrong? One of the pieces of evidence on which we based our simulation must be the source of the problem. What if one of them was faked somehow? Which one was it? The picture? The picture? The picture?
Take that!
Can we really be certain that this picture was taken by Mr. Alldown? Huh? What do you mean? I know that whoever killed him moved his body. But why would they have done that? What if they wanted to make it seem like they saw something we didn't? And they took the photo to help back up the lie? They had the president at gunpoint. They could easily have forced him to pose for the picture. Would have had no choice but to comply. Hey, now that you mention it, they only recovered one picture from Mr. Alldown's camera, right? Indeed, I imagine his killer probably removed the film that was already in there. Replaced it with another, thereby ensuring the only picture found was the one they staged. Yeah, that makes total sense. This picture was actually taken after Mr. Alldown was killed. No way. There you have it. The picture doesn't show what Mr. Alldown saw at all. Seems highly likely it was simply staged to make us believe that this was the case. The film could have been put... Yeah, I was putting that together in my head, too. Wait, so where was the prison when Mr. Alldown thought he saw him being kidnapped? I believe the photograph isn't the only piece of evidence we can use to try and figure that out. Oh yeah, he left that voicemail, too. He did. I think we should listen back to it one more time, don't you? Only place where the president and his kidnapper could have been standing. Let's take a listen to it one more time. Doesn't listen to it one more time. I suppose this is the only place. That's where... Okay, yeah, that didn't work. Well, I can listen to it now. I'm here at the orphanage. Something weird's going on. President Wang is here for some reason. Damn it, the light's out, so I can't quite see, but it looked like he was being kidnapped. Anyway, probably nothing, but I should probably let you know. Weird oversight. Tell me about it. Alright. You did, perhaps we can use that. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. The light's out. Right here.
Take that!
Bonus statement from Mr. Alldown's voicemail. Damn it, the light's out. Two of the lights here in the yard are broken. Yeah, he must have been talking about the one over by the building. Alright, could you update the simulation to reflect everything we've learned? Sure! I like that Sean just has a front row seat to that scene.
with the man he has seen dead. There we have it. The kidnapper was... There we have it. The kidnapper was really standing over by the building. Yes, which would certainly have strengthened the theory that they were connected to the orphanage. So they moved the body and staged the photograph to distort the picture painted by the voicemail, which helped them undermine the idea that the orphanage was involved in the case when the case went to trial. Well, that certainly changes what this particular part of the simulation tells us. I imagine it will also affect our understanding of the scene from when the body was found. Only one way to find out. Ready to make the jump? To switch between the two recreations, I need to first press X to talk with K. And blah 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 blah. Tutorial. Alright. No mistaking him. Well, Mr. Alldown actually took his picture before being attacked by the murder with a brick from the planter behind him. After being attacked, he collapsed, grabbing the snowman's right eye as he fell. Means his body would have been there at first, and not where he thought it was before. Indeed, we should examine the area where we previously thought it fell too. I'm getting jump scared all day today. Hi, Hattie. Also, yay, my auto shout out works. Fuck yeah. I'll never forget again. Good to see you, man. How you doing? For anyone who's new here, howdy. My name's Ryzier. I'm an Alien Dragon. I usually play a bunch of nicher games that usually don't get streamed on Twitch that often. And I made my own model, done a bunch of stuff. I could yap all day, but it's always easier to show rather than tell. So I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that real quick. Please work. Hello. You are... in hell.
I'm a simple creature. I am pleased by simple things.
No, you bitch! You absolute bitch! You whore! You fucking whore! I don't care if it's a bad idea, it's funny. Yeah! Ah! Oh my god, that actually scared the shit out of me! I paused to read chat. That would be Betsy. How high should like
I've played this game for years and I've never seen this strategy.
I've never played stupid.
Sell the game exclusively at fucking Walmart.
But regardless, I hope you had a good stream, Hattie. I know you were playing some Helldivers. What do you think of the new Illuminate? How do you feel about stingrays? How do you feel about stingrays, Hattie? How do you feel about them? How do you feel about stingrays? Aren't they fun? Aren't they fun? Aren't they great to deal with? Don't you love how much of a clusterfuck everything continues to get? Are you ready for Super Earth to be invaded on Tuesday? I'm ready. I'm ready for Super Earth to be invaded on Tuesday. Exclusively at Walmart. Absolutely. But yeah, if you need a raid and run, Hattie, I completely understand, completely get it. You take all the time you need. I understand streaming is a bit of a exhausting thing. I'm actually going to be ending stream soon as well. But for those who want to stick around for a few more minutes, feel free to. We're just on the last case of Ace Attorney investigations too. But if anyone else needs to go take care of themselves, completely understand. And for those who stay, I hope y'all have a good time. Hey, this arch. We've seen it before, right? Indeed we have. It's the same one that stands over the entrance of the big building today. This is supposed to be how things looked 12 years ago. Was it there the whole time? Wait, this is literally just the same dialogue, but saying I didn't interact with earlier. I'm getting sick of the game pulling that on me. Yes, my lunch would be ruined, Kay. Thank you. Much like my time is being ruined and wasted. So this is where Mr. Alldown actually saw the president as kidnapper. Yes. Pretty clearly suggests a link between the kidnapping and the orphanage. You can see why so much trouble was taken to suggest that it happened elsewhere. Yeah, they pulled some really dirty tricks there. Taking a photo like that, that's just cheating. Not to mention disposing Mr. Alldown's camera film and forcing the president to pose at gunpoint. Must have put in some new film and staged the photo immediately afterward.
If Chairman Wiener was involved, he could have changed or hidden some other evidence as well. It certainly hasn't helped that the SS5 case file was classified until just recently. Yeah, but he's behind bars now, and the truth is coming out at last. Indeed, although much still remains unclear. To look very closely at the differences between this and the previous simulation. Saldown wasn't killed here between the planters at all. And what's this blood doing here? Things have changed considerably in terms of what the simulation is showing us. I want to look more closely at this blood. I think we'll be better off looking at the simulation from the point at which the body was discovered. What are we waiting for? I'm ready when you are. Switch between the two recreations. I need to first press X to build. I'm getting sick of the game repeating information to me over and over again. I understand that people can be pretty fucking dumb, but fucking hell, dude. I'm losing my shit. Or it's baiting me into getting information.
I need a bigger gun.
Yes, I need one to fucking shoot these dialogue boxes with. Literally, it's the same dialogue, but I'm having to go through it twice. Because I was like, oh, the fucking check mark isn't here. Let me go ahead and double check that real quick. And like, I can't skip it. Shut up, Cranberry. Before I cram cranberries in your goddamn mouth and shut you up. Shit. Okay. No, I'm not falling for it another time. We're talking to Kay. We're talking to Kay and we're switching the recreations. Okay. There we go. Alright. Let me take care of this real quick. Scout on the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Blown on the Snow. That's one of my favorite magic cards. Certainly looks as if the murder occurred here, doesn't it? Hey, but we just figured out that Mr. Aldown was killed over by the snowman, correct? We did. This blood might belong to somebody else. What? But the police report said the blood was Mr. Aldown's. I'll remind you that the case was overseen by Chairman Wiener. Man would have had no scruples about altering official record over something this small. And why go to all that trouble? Couldn't he have just cleaned up the blood instead? Able to. Think about it. He knew that this is where the police would find Mr. Aldown's body. And he knew the police would have certain scientific methods at their disposal to look for clues. Oh, you mean the luminol? Yeah, they would have found traces of blood if they'd used that for sure. Exactly. Wouldn't have been able to clean it up to the point where it was undetectable. Why easy to falsify the results of any such tests when they came back in? Simply been a matter of replacing the official results with a doctored copy. Yeesh, so we've been looking at a forgery this whole time. That sucks. Hey, but it says Mr. Aldown's clothes were covered with blood too. It does. If they were, which seems entirely believable. Suggests that whoever's blood this is wasn't yet dry when Mr. Aldown's body was placed here. I get it, which means that the other person's blood was spilt not long before Mr. Aldown was killed. I think it does, yes. If that's the case, doesn't that present something of a contradiction? Okay, so we probably have a few more things that we need to investigate, but we are reaching the part for our next ad break. So, well, not even our next ad break. I'm gonna end stream here for the day. I'm getting a little tired. Yeah, he didn't say he was killed. Yeah. Here's the thing I'm wondering. Here's my theory. The president was killed and replaced, which is pretty wild, but I think that's where this is going. I think the president was killed and replaced, and that's why his dad was never allowed to see him. I think that's what's going on. But I'll have to see if that theory gets confirmed another time. Yeah, I saved. Okay, double checking I did. But yeah. But we'll see if I'm correct on that. I think that's where this is going.
Hell, I've low-key had suspicions about the president not really being exactly who he is ever since, like, the first case. Which would explain some things. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Let me go ahead and find ourselves someone to raid real quick. I think I know who we're gonna hit. You know what? I don't get many chances to raid her. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna raid a little. We're gonna switch it up today. We're gonna go raid a little spider VTuber playing Skyrim called Itsy Bitsy a Rainy Day. I watch her occasionally, and I like to tune in on her Skyrim stream, so this just works out very well for everyone involved. So we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna switch it up today. It'll be good. It'll be fun. It'll be nice. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Tomorrow, Ace Attorney with Ducks. Same time, same everything. Not much changing there. This is literally our routine for, like, until hiatus. But I might have a stream on Tuesday for Helldivers, because y'all know me and my Helldivers. If I can have an excuse to play it on stream, by God, I'm going to take it. We'll see if I can get anyone involved with that. But yeah, that'll be it for the day. I hope everyone had a good time. Hope everyone was entertained. I hope everyone has a good day, night, afternoon, wherever y'all are, whatever the fuck y'all are doing. And y'all have a good one. Go say hi to Rainy. Bye.